We are wrapping up our day 6 here from Malinalco. We left Taxco this morning about 9 o'clock, and we went straight to Chalma. And to be honest with you, Chalma has this gigantic Virgin Mary statue and a church, but that's about it. I was not impressed. It was basically it's a spot, a gathering spot for a lot of buses and tourists, and the Lady of Guadalupe is incredibly popular here in Mexico, and it just kind of struck me as a giant gift shop, giant market for all the tourists coming. So if it had a community, we would have enjoyed to stay there for breakfast or lunch and spent the morning there, but it was just the statue and the church. And being on a Saturday, there are a lot of people coming to visit the Lady of Guadalupe statue, so we didn't stick around and we came straight to, excuse the noise here, I'm next to the street again. We came directly to Malinalco, and Malinalco I enjoy a lot. It's got a nice central area, some beautiful churches, and I like the market and good mezcal and tequila around. Beautiful restaurants. Trout fish is popular in Malinalco. I think they have some trout farms. So I thought it was pretty cool just being in Malinalco. And I really enjoy the archaeological site here. Yeah, it's beautiful. I took a lot of pictures, and we'll share some of that footage with you. But the ride today was, it felt a little long because the sun was kind of intense. Less forests, less trees, and just going through the mountains, and it just kind of felt pretty hot, so we had to rehydrate through the morning as we traveled about. But anyway, Malinalco is definitely a nice place to visit. Just a little too crowded again on a Saturday, and probably would have preferred to visit Malinalco during the week with fewer people visiting and a little bit quieter. So here we are. Nonetheless, we make the best of it. Just have a simple Airbnb room, nothing fancy, and tomorrow is roughly 6 or 7 hours, so we'll get an early start to Tacambaro, and I know that's a magic town, so that's going to be kind of crowded too, because that's on a Sunday. So hopefully we can get out early tomorrow morning and enjoy the sights and share that with you, so stay tuned. Upon departing Malinalco, we discovered this awesome family-run roadside taco stand. And these were no ordinary tacos, but barbacoa tacos, that is, stewed lamb. Usually stewed in a big hole in the ground overnight with spices. I ordered 3, then 3 more, washed down with a cold beer, of course. I prefer the maciza tacos, which means lean meat with no fat. I watched the grandfather prepare the meat. The grandmother makes the corn tortillas by hand with a little wooden press and cooked just before serving. Handmade tortillas here in Mexico are very popular. Tacambaro is a very small town in the state of Guerrero, which was actually quite smaller than what I had expected. In fact, I was surprised it's designated as a magic town here in Mexico. The church was nice, but not too many amenities around. The ambiance just seemed a little old to me. In any case, I'm glad we visited and enjoyed some natural areas surrounding the town. Okay, good morning. This is the morning of day 8. Check out this beautiful scenery behind me. We are just leaving Tacambaro, a beautiful old little town in the state of Michoacan, and thought we'd stop here at this ecological park. It is beautiful here. A few flies, a few dogs, but I'm the only one here. I'm sure this is horrendously busy over weekends. Beautiful forest. You can see the tree behind me has suffered a fire, and I haven't seen any other evidence of fire with trees around me. This place would burn very quickly. It's the end of the dry season in Mexico, basically mid-April 2021. Very dry, a lot of pine needles everywhere. I hope nobody has campfires here. But nonetheless, everything else seems to be preserved quite nicely, and glad to be here. It's called Cerro Hueco, if I pronounce that correctly, and just outside of the town of Tacambaro in the state of Michigan, excuse me. So we've got 4 or 5 hours a ride today. Should be state of Michoacan. Should be good. We're going to stop by a beautiful lake on the way, have some lunch. I gotta find some coffee urgently, hopefully leaving the park here, and looking forward to a good ride today. But today is day 8, unfortunately, so we have to go back home and back to work. So it's been an incredible journey. Stay tuned. I'll show you some footage from I can't remember the name of the lake now, and also in the state of Michoacan. And then we'll head back to Arandas later today. So check out this incredible scenery and stay with us. check this out. Camecuaro is the name of the lake. Beautiful picnic spot. It is Monday mid-afternoon and already there's a lot of families here. You can just imagine over a Saturday or Sunday how many people actually come through here. The water's clean. Kids are swimming, having fun. A lot of vendors here. Nice breeze coming through the shade here. Pretty weird looking trees here too, so nice place to stop for a little break. We came from Tacambaro this morning. It was about 3 or 4 hours ride. The ride was not so great. 35 degrees and it was smoky. A lot of forest fires on the top of mountains. This is mid-April and it's still the dry season, so the rain season should be here in about another month or two. Green things up a little bit. There's only a brown and a green season in Mexico. But nonetheless, we made it here okay, and we're going to take a little break and then another 2.5 hours back to Arandas. So sadly, this is day 8 and our trip is, our voyage is coming to an end. But it was a lot of fun, a lot of good stops in between, so talk to you soon. Okay, in closing this video, I want to review with you 2 or 3 Moto Safety updates that we felt were really important that affected us through our trip as well. And the first is having a respect or appreciation for the Mexican climate. Not sure where your hometown is located, but I'm Canadian up in Toronto, and when I first came to Mexico, it really shocked my body, literally speaking, with the intensity of the sun. It's very intense, and you won't see a lot of Mexicanos sunbathing at noon hour because it's so intense, and it's actually unhealthy for you, for your skin as well. So, and it will impact your body significantly, especially when you factor in the change in oxygen levels depending on your altitude. So most of my time is more or less central Mexico, and we're about 1,500 to 2,500 meters in altitude. That's meters. That's roughly 7,000 to 8,000 feet. And you will notice a difference at that altitude with less oxygen. In fact, I got heat stroke a couple times when I first came to Mexico because I was dehydrated and didn't really appreciate the intensity of the sun during the day. I thought it was great until my body told me otherwise. So please have respect for our climate here and hydrate a lot. Eat breakfast in the morning and really try to stay out of the sun and watch your body temperature as we ride our motorcycles, and make sure you hydrate constantly through your ride. Keep in mind also that the Mexican climate will also play havoc on your tire pressures. Remembering that as we increase in altitude and we increase in temperature, those two items have a significant impact on your tire pressures. So monitor those often. Know where you're going. Know how cold you're starting. Know how heavy your load is. I notice changes in my tire pressures about 5 to 6 psi sometimes through my ride, depending on where I'm going and what the temperatures are. So just beware that that's an issue here in Mexico. Okay, one final Moto Safety update before we end this video. I just wanted to take a minute and talk about these neck braces. I think they're incredibly simple but yet effective engineering design product. There's plenty of laboratory test data that proves that it will limit the movement of your helmet relative to your shoulders, so it keeps your neck from bending, so to speak. And I think it's a great device, and it's really a good investment. They're not necessarily cheap, but the quality or the health of my neck is probably more expensive. So highly recommend you use these neck braces. I know a lot of guys that use jackets with airbags in them as well, probably replacing a neck brace as such, and I'm very interested in that as well. And I just think safety is paramount in motorcycles. I did have an accident in Sayulita on the west coast here in Mexico a few months back, and I ricocheted off the back of a car and went in the opposite lane and down a ditch. And it's a good thing that I have all my safety equipment on, because I just walked away from the accident. And I'm so fortunate that I take an extra few minutes to use the proper gear: boots, pants, jacket, gloves, helmet, neck brace, you know the drill. So I cannot overemphasize the importance of safety through my videos, and this is something that you might want to consider. I do own two. This is an Atlas, and I also own a Liat as well, which I think is an ingenious design. It's very, very simple to use, and it is not distracting me. It's not uncomfortable for me when I have this on. It only takes a few seconds to throw over your head before you put on your helmet, and I feel actually uncomfortable if I don't have it on. So, and it's not restricting the movement, the normal movements of my head as I'm riding through Mexico. And Mexico, there's a lot of crazy drivers here, and I want to be extra safe in the event that something happens like it already did in Sayulita. So give it some thought. I know it's a personal choice. There's a lot of strong opinions out there about these things, but give it a second thought, and it might definitely benefit you someday. And hopefully there's no accidents in our future, but I just want to make sure that we're extra safe.